Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about Nexus OS style CLI in APIC. As we know, most of our network admins or Cisco certified engineers already know how to configure switches using Nexus OS in different Nexus platforms, like interface configuration commands, troubleshooting, show commands, and so forth. In the upcoming release of ACI, we're introducing Nexus OS style CLI in APIC. Once you log into APIC, you enter to a default mode as shown at the bottom right side. You can type execsh to enter to the CLI mode, where you can type all execution commands or show commands. You can enter to a config mode by typing configure, where you can configure switches. If you go to the fabric mode, you can look for different show commands across multiple switches as well as single switch. Here's the demo topology that we're going to use. We have 2 spines, 2 leaf, and 3 APICs. First, we will show you how to configure a port channel as shown in the slide. We will use leaf 1 with Ethernet 1/46 and 47 to configure a port channel. Then we will show you how to configure VPC or virtual port channel between leaf 1 and leaf 2 using Ethernet 1/45. Most of our customers use some sort of a terminal client to log in to the devices, like log in on SSH by using PuTTY or Secure CRT and so forth. In APIC, you also have an option to launch the CLI by right-clicking on the device and launch SSH. This is shell in a box, where you can log in to the device CLI. Once you enter to the APIC CLI, you type execsh to log in to the shell mode of Nexus OS style CLI. Common commands people always run is show version, where you want to validate different versions running in different devices. Like here you can see we have 3 APICs, we have 2 leaves and 2 spines. Let's start configuring a port channel. First, you need to enter to the configuration mode. You need to select the right leaf, and then you need to find out which interface you will use to do the port channel. In our case, we use Ethernet 1/46 and 47. Then you create channel port group. Once you have created the channel port group, you can go to the fabric mode and confirm that you have created the right port channel. You can check on the interface. The interface needs to be up here and needs to belong to the right port channel. You can do the same thing on port 1/47 as well to make sure that you have created the right port channel and it needs to be up. Now let's go and configure a VPC. For VPC, we need to select 2 leaves. Once we have selected 2 leaves, we need to enter to the right interface, and we need to create a channel group for VPC. Once we have created the channel group VPC, the first thing you need to do is you create VPC domain. This command is used to configure VPC domain between a pair of leaf nodes. The user can specify the VPC domain ID in the explicit mode along with the leaf node pairs. Once you have configured this, you go under the fabric mode, select the leaf you want to validate that VPC is created properly. You do show VPC brief. Show VPC brief tells you the pair is being formed and the port channel is up. You can also do show VPC extended to see the details. Or you can also go and check on the interface itself. In this case, we had Ethernet 1/45. You can see Ethernet 45 is up and belongs to the port channel 2, which is for VPC. You can also see how many port channels we have created so far. In our case, we had one for the port channel and another for the VPC. So you can see we have 46 and 47 port channel 1 for the regular port channel and 45 for port channel 2. You can do same thing by going to the leaf 2 as well. You can do show VPC brief and you can validate as well. Now common customer scenarios they always like to do is when they configure, they want to validate what is configured and the validation of the configuration. So show run is a very common command. Here we'll also show you that you can run show runs completely as well as snippets like show run tenant configuration and so forth. This shows the power of Nexus OS CLI in APIC. Thanks for the demo.